Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I want to remind you all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, our official website, thestephennightshow.com. Where the watch is going on our YouTube channel. All right, so according to TMZ, the Grammys wanted to honor Janet Jackson with the Global Impact Award last week, but talks fizzled after discussions on how to address the way Janet was treated by CBS after the Super Bowl halftime performance she did years ago. The Recording Academy apparently wanted to honor Janet Jackson at a pre-Grammy event with the Black Music Collective, but she was unable to attend due to scheduling conflicts. Discussions were had about ways Janet could receive the honor during the show. However, CBS never apologized to Janet for their reaction to her wardrobe misfunction at the Super Bowl. Things reportedly got complicated when Grammy organizers and Janet's team discussed ways that CBS could either apologize or acknowledge the ways that she was mistreated by the network. Since the parties were unable to come up with an agreement, Janet did not receive the award. Lynia, your thoughts?
Chike and I had a conversation about this a while ago, and they wholeheartedly and completely owe that woman an apology.
Oh yeah.
They actually owe her more than that. But I feel like I hear Janet's voice, but it's just a little higher. And she probably said a couple cuss words.
Right. Yeah.
In regards to them, because they did her so wrong. And here we go talking about Black women again, because Justin Timberlake, he was all right.
They went on.
Blackballed. For years, she got blackballed. Yep. You know what, Janet, is she getting ready to start her tour? Her tour getting ready to start, Chad.
Yeah.
Janet on tour. Y'all keep y'all little recognition and put it somewhere where the sun don't shine, Chad.
What are your thoughts, Chike?
I've been waiting for this one. So this is what happened.
What happened?
You have to catch the name of the award. It's the Global Impact Award. That was the award that they were trying to give her. How ironic. You want to give her an award for a global impact, but when she made the impact, y'all wanted to blackball her. So the situation goes, they wanted to give her the award, but they wanted to give it to her before the actual show. And Jan was like, well, I'll come on the Grammys and take it, and we can look at that as an apology from the network that now you're accepting me back. You do it in front of all my peers. You do it on national TV. And they were like, no, it's going to be in the beginning. Oh, I have schedule conflicts. Can't do that.
Yep.
Well, we need you to come and do it there in order for you to get it. Well, I don't need it. Janet is a true Taurus, and I love her for it.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Miss Jackson, please. And she don't need your little stinky award. Yeah, I said it.
Nayyir, what are your thoughts on this?
Chike summed it up there. You know, I think it was handled. I think it was handled the way it should have been handled. You know, sometimes people have more on the line than saving face, you know, and cooperating for the sake of one party, you know, getting their closure or making right in a way. You know, sometimes people have they think everybody can be bought in a sense, you know, and I think Janet, strange enough, I actually think Janet is a person with integrity, and it's not, I don't think she can be bought. I don't think she can be bought, even though, you know, she's been around a lot of money for a long time. I think she was married to a billionaire. Is she still married to a billionaire?
They're divorced.
No, they're divorced.
Yeah, they're divorced. You know, some people I just don't think you can buy, and I think she is one of those people. I really do. So, you know, kudos to that situation, to the way it's worked out.
Can I tag something onto that, what Nayyir said? You have to think about who this woman is. She fired her dad because she wanted to be independent. She wanted to do things her way. Her first album is called Control. She wanted control.
Yeah.
That's who you're messing with. What Tony Braxton said, you're messing with a heavyweight.
And the irony is that they had Les Moonves, who was the CEO and chairman of CBS, who was doing all the Me Too inappropriate things. Women had to step down, but got a huge payout, but stepped down. And then you know, Janet, she has this wardrobe malfunction, And even if it was purposeful or not, just the way she was treated afterwards. And like you all said, it was years on. It wasn't like, you know, she had to pay a fine, apologize. It was years. I remember she was doing a movie with Tyler Perry and they were promoting it. And the person I was interviewing would start asking her about that. And Tyler Perry stepped in and said, we're not here to talk about that. We're talking about this movie. Now, this was years later. But I want to say this, you know, it's interesting because we talked about Chris Brown last week. And apparently he performed in Dublin over the weekend and he posted a picture and he said, Dublin was amazing. Love y'all. And someone commented, when are you performing the Super Bowl? We need you on the next one. And he wrote back, never, shawty. American media ain't for me. Rather be where I'm welcome. Yep. And it's the same thing with, you know, there's certain artists like Jackson Grammy who has the love of the people. Yep. And I think that is bigger than any award. They love, Janet Jackson is beloved by her people and people all over the world.
Chris Brown and Janet Jackson will always be able to make a point because people support them. Then you have other people that get blackballed, and because they were such an
machine,
artist of the industry.
Because
they were such a part of it, they don't know how to survive outside of it.
Nope. Yeah. Half the industry right now, you know, is held up that way, and they would not survive without the machines behind them. Would not survive. Absolutely would not. They have no connection with the fan base or support base at all as the artist, you know. Absolutely correct.
And you have to be willing, because that's a fight. You have to be willing to fight that fight.
But that takes getting in the thick of it and really sticking your feet and 10 toes down, period, no matter what happens. And you got to think about it. They start, and even though Chris Brown is younger than us, he still started at a time where it was about album sales and putting in that work.
Oh, absolutely.
He still started around that time.
Absolutely.
So he knows what that means. These people nowadays, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, here's our last story. Kind of interesting. So this woman, Tiffany Montgomery, she, a clip of her preaching about Beyonce and saying she's not a Christian went viral. She made a post that says, Beyonce is not a Christian according to the standard of the Bible. So she is not my problem. She is being who she is. But you, the believer, the one who called him or herself a Christian, a follower of Jesus Christ, you are the one I'm rebuking. You have no business mixing God with the world. You have no business going to Beyonce's concert at the same time singing the song of the Lord. You have no business trying to have both light and darkness. You're not ready for what is about to happen. The fear of the Lord will return. She, in her video, she was saying how Beyonce pretty much calling her demonic and that kind of thing. Well, the Beehive and the internet does not rest. And they pulled some tweets from Tiffany Montgomery from years ago where she was praising Beyonce and Jay-Z, and she was going into how much she loved them and how she's a stan and all this. So she took to social media again and said, I got saved in 2015. These retarded tweets I wrote was in 2012 and 2014. I used to love Beyonce and Jay-Z. I was definitely not saved and hated the church, LOL. I also loved having sex before marriage, drinking, going to the club, busting bees head wide open if they played me, and a host of other ungodly things, LOL. Got saved in my shower August 2015, having compromised my relationship with God by bowing down to Beyonce since. Find y'all someone else to play with. I had the backing of the Lord. Your idols will drop dead, thus saith the Lord. Enjoy your day, guys. She put a heart thing. Well, Michelle Williams, former Destiny's Child member, she made a video. And she said in the video, she said, I guess I'm stepping into the chat. She said that, and she didn't say anyone's name. She said, I know y'all probably think I'm talking about, she was saying, hinting towards Beyonce, but she said, I know a lot of people in the industry and you see them on stage and that's all you know of them. You don't know their personal lives. You don't know what they believe, who they worship. You don't know these things. And she said, I wish the same people who publicly condemn people would publicly pray for them. because she said, you know, her hope is that everyone gets to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, so they can experience it for themselves. She said, I grew up in the church, which sometimes I wish I didn't, because some of the things she's seeing in the church, how the church people act. But pretty much just saying, you know, you just like you were doing these things, wilding out and, you know, doing all this stuff, and God didn't condemn you, you didn't drop down and die. Why would you say that about someone else? You don't have that authority. And she left it there. So I'll start with you, Nayyir. What are your thoughts on this woman, Tiffany Montgomery, pretty much bashing people for wanting to go to Beyonce concerts or be a fan of Beyonce because she's not a Christian, according to what she says the word says?
So now I'm gonna do what she did to Beyonce, and hope it ages well for me. I don't think that will age well for her, and I just think it's not the way. It's not the way. That can be your personal feeling. Well, let me say it's not the way for me. That could be your personal feeling about someone, and you know, you may have congregation to lead, but I think that's more of a detractor than it would be in building up what you're really trying to say with your heart. You know, I just don't think that's going to age well, and I don't think that was the way to kind of. I mean, come on, we're up against so much. We're up against so much that, and you're trying to share a positive idea. I think your choice of wording, phrasing, you know, tone, I think everything about it was probably more destructive than it was, you know, what she was really meaning to say and do. I don't think it's gonna age well.
Yeah, well, so far, not aged well at all.
Yeah.
Chike.
Sounds to me like she went to Ticketmaster and she clicked the button and she saw how much that ticket was, and she became very upset that she couldn't continue to go support Beyonce the way she had. And so in her anger, it came out like that. Because if you're a true Christian and you're a child of God, right? Last time I checked, the heavens police were angels. She's no angel.
Right.
Right? If you're a true Christian, then you want to help people. You want to pray for people. What happened to you inviting J and B to your church when they're in town for the tour? Ask them to come to church and pray for them. Or offer them a breakfast for them and the crew from your church, so you have an opportunity to pray for them. Because real Christians, that's what they really want to do. They want to pray for you because they want to save your soul. They don't want to condemn you. They want to pray for you. You don't sound Christian at all, ma'am. Tiffany, what's her name?
Tiffany Montgomery.
Miss Montgomery, you don't sound Christian at all. The kids are getting a GoFundMe. Maybe you might want to do that so you can get your ticket.
Exactly.
That's all.
Maybe I saw you. You had some reaction to this. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so I didn't know who this woman was, so I had to Google her.
Mm-hmm.
And in Googling, I wished I did not Google her. She considers herself a prophet. And she's supposed to be like, she teaches people how to make millions of dollars, right? Obviously, she's not making it because, as Chike said, she probably can't afford the tickets. Right. But, you know, it amazes me, these people who put themselves up here and think that they homies with God, and that they can in turn look down, criticize, bash other individuals. Entertainers entertain. You do not know their private life outside of what they put out there to you. Mm-hmm. It is not for you to say what they should and should not do. And let me rewind in regards to the tweet that Twitter dug up, because Twitter be on it.
They do.
Tweet said something to the effect of, oh my God, Jay-Z and Beyonce, what an amazing concert. That bitch, bop, 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 bop. I stand, bop, bop, bop. Whatever stand mean, bop, 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 bop. who are you when you were baptized in the shower to condemn anybody? Who are, and I think she got mad because probably people in her congregation can afford them tickets to go to this Beyonce show. Because she said it, she was on the pulpit.
Going off on.
She was preaching to her.
You call yourself a Christian.
Yeah, her congregation when that happened.
The money didn't go to the tithe.
The money didn't go to, no, they didn't go to the Tiffany. That's what it was. They didn't. It didn't go to the Tiffany. I wish they if some money gonna go out to her, I wish they do it and get her a wig fund. Because from what I seen, them wigs ain't good.
I have a question. Do we know what state she's from?
I don't know.
I didn't go that far into it, and I'm just trying to figure out what is she doing for the community. I don't know if it was when Jay and I went to Virginia, and we did visit something that used to be a plantation, and we saw like they have an area where celebrities go to plant trees. I saw Mr. and Mrs. Sean Carter. They planted a tree out there along with Prince William. Planted, like so many people, so many celebrities have planted trees on this beautiful space what used to be a plantation. I think it was in Virginia that we went to. But I'm just trying, what are you doing for the community, honey? What are you doing? What are you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Because I would love to know. And I feel like I want to look into her more, but then I feel like I don't want that negative energy because that's the devil. Yeah. I don't need you praying for me because you got ignorant all over you, and I wouldn't even want you praying for. I wouldn't want Jay or Beyonce. I wouldn't even want. And she used the word retarded.
Mm-hmm. You're on mute. Mm-hmm. You're on mute.
I got me all upset. I'm done.
Well, Steven, what do you think about this?
I'm about to say it now. I think that if you consider yourself a Christian, you're supposed to bring people to the Lord. You're supposed to show them love. You're supposed to act in love. You're supposed to, there's so much that we see that happens within the church or church people, and it turns people off from Christianity or even God. You know what I mean? And so you're sitting here condemning people, a woman you don't even know. You don't know her. She hasn't said anything about being a devil worshiper or whatever the case may be. When she won her 33rd Grammy or 33rd Grammy, first thing she said was, "Thank you, God."
She called her a witch. She called her a witch.
Yeah, and so, judge ye, let's not be judged. You know what I mean? And she doesn't know that I don't know, but I was reading the comments where I saw this story, and people were saying this is why people are turned off by the church. This is exactly why people are
I heard something on the news today, and they were talking about our armed forces. Their recruitment is way down. Like they don't even have soldiers recruiting anymore. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
And just now, as you were talking, I started thinking about the church and how people can't get people to come into the church. Maybe it's because of the institution that you are. Maybe you need to look within yourself if you want people to come join your little group.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to change fundamentally how you operate, and maybe get people to come join. Maybe be more Christ-like.
And then it doesn't help when you have the same people that are condemning people. You find that they're caught up in all these scandals and affairs and things like that.
How about
what I'm saying? So, don't be so quick to point the finger.
Didn't the dude, the pastor in New York, didn't he just get arrested? The one that got robbed? He got robbed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He got arrested.
For fraud.
He got arrested for fraud. And there was another pastor that they just jumped on because he was condemning gay people and the sermon. Like, I don't understand where y'all think y'all coming from and who you talking to.
Yeah.
But there's no way, like, oh child, this is a whole segment in itself when it comes to that.
Well, and I saw this person that follows social media, and apparently he does a lot of work with gospel artists. He said, gospel artists, it's okay to be nice. It's okay to be nice. Gospel artists, it's okay to be nice. You know
what? Y'all give me you know what? I'm gonna tell you, y'all know about this new show that's getting ready to come on.
Oh yeah, the reality show.
And that reality nonsense
about the money and all that. Yeah.
Hence why people don't want to deal with the church, because that's going to be a bunch of ratchetness. It's a reality show like Love and Hip Hop, but with alleged people singers. Mm-hmm. You ain't see the commercial? I gotta find a commercial.
I saw it.
Well, so when I was a youth, when I was a teenager, I used to be a gospel groupie. I used to travel around to different churches and go with different gospel groups because I loved music. I was into the music part. And I'm just saying, anybody that wants to get a little lowdown on the interworkings of certain situations, Aretha Franklin's biography about when she was younger, and traveling around in these gospel groups, that part, check that out. Yep. She did have her first kid when she was like 12 or 13.
12 years old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Being in the gospel world. Hallelujah.
Yeah. So anyway, this woman needs to check herself, because listen, just how they found them old tweets, they can find some more stuff you did too. You know what I mean?
That's right. They will.
Without sin, cast the first stone. Well, listen, y'all, thank you so much for Hot Topics. Chike, I will see you in movie reviews, and we will be right back with our interview with Jason after this.